congressional maps to voters this fall, aimed at possibly sending 5 more Democrats to Congress.
California Republicans here say the newly proposed maps go against state law, in part because California has an independent citizen committee that's supposed to draw the state lines, and new maps are not supposed to be drawn mid-decade. And state Republicans say they still don't know exactly who drew these new maps.
Fox's Matt Finn in Sacramento.
Now, California Republicans say Governor Newsom spearheaded these new maps so he can campaign on it in a potential bid for president. But Newsom insists the new maps are in response to President Trump and Republican efforts to redistrict in Texas.
The Texas House approved a new map last night, sending it to the state Senate. The California Assembly just passing a redistricting plan, which could be signed by Governor Newsom as soon as today. A federal judge just ruling that President Trump's former lawyer, Alina Habba, was unlawfully appointed to serve as U.S. attorney in New Jersey, though the judge is also putting that ruling on hold pending an appeal. 2 criminal defendants challenged whether Habba could prosecute them after her term as interim U.S. attorney expired in July. But there's also a win in court for the president.
An appeals court has thrown out the massive civil fraud penalty which was imposed on Donald Trump after a judge found he fraudulently overstated the value of his properties and other assets to bolster his family business.
Fox's Lillian Wu. Today's ruling only throws out the penalty of more than $500 million. The New York Attorney General plans to appeal. The State Department says all U.S. visa holders are subject to continuous vetting for potential violations, including issues that could ultimately lead to deportation. That's in response to a question from the Associated Press. More than 55 million foreigners hold valid U.S. visas. Stocks finish lower. The Dow down 152 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
An illegal immigrant charged in a deadly Florida crash is being extradited from California.
Harjinder Singh ran back to California after causing a crash while driving a semi in Florida. He killed 3 people in a minivan when making a U-turn on Florida's Turnpike. Singh has a commercial license from California despite being an illegal migrant. He's being extradited to Florida. Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins is on the flight.
We're here today to make sure that this guy goes back to Florida, faces justice, and those 3 innocent lives lost get the justice they deserve.
Speaking at the airport in Stockton, California, Singh is not even able to read or speak English, but was employed as a long-haul trucker in Miami. Eben Brown, Fox News.
President Trump just signing an executive order to create a national design studio and chief design officer to help improve the usability and aesthetics of federal digital and physical services. Cracker Barrel unveils a new logo, first time since the 1970s, doing away with the old man leaning on a barrel in favor of just the name. And the restaurants are getting a refresh as well, brighter lighting, white walls, more organized arrangements of memorabilia on the walls.
People online are saying, no, go back to the way it was. Here's what one person said. Cracker Barrel completely changed their iconic logo for the first time in 47 years, and it's absolutely horrible. Another says, this is how you destroy a brand. A third, and that was John Rich, the country music singer, he says, will you go to Cracker Barrel now that it's going woke? This could be a Bud Light moment in the making. The company says, whoa, wait a minute. We haven't changed anything in terms of our company culture. We're just trying to make a nicer place for people to eat their food.
Fox Business's Jeff Flock, the company's chief marketing officer, says their goal is to make the locations feel even more welcoming. And Lisa Brady, Fox News.
I remember the first time I heard my daughter said GD.
You can't say
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway. And it wasn't something I said. It wasn't because of me that she said it.
This is like a whole new school of child raising I'm doing. You give the kid options instead of orders.
I don't know where she heard it, but she stepped in a mud puddle and then said it like 10 times in a row. And I tried really hard not to laugh, but it happened. I don't think she remembers that story. I'm not going to remind her of it.
Yeah, my son, when he was about 2, my dad got him a drone for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
What are we doing?
What is wrong with you?
Now, it wasn't one of the giant fancy ones
Still,
with
it's
a
a
camera
drone.
and all this stuff, but it was a drone. And he's trying to teach him how to use it. I'm like, Dad, he's 2.
What is wrong with you?
So
good.
they're flying it around the basement, and my 2-year-old, it crashes and it goes, crashes into the wall. And my 2-year-old son just goes, oh,
Oh, fudge.
He said fudge, Ralphie. That's what he said.
Only I didn't say fudge.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. The little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when.
We are dads.
Together then.
We are dads.
You know we'll have a good
Fun stuff
time
happens when
then.
you're a dad. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan Stone, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How we doing?
I'm good. No swearing from my children last night or today.
Yeah,
that
we
I'm
were
aware
good.
of.
Yeah, we were good
How
in
about
our
you?
household.
Good?
Yeah. Had it locked down.
Good.
Tight ship
Excellent.
at our
I
house.
feel like that's a dad win for us. I feel like I did okay, you did okay, so now here we are. We're ready to talk some sports.
Yeah, made it to the next day.
We did it. Yeah, that's exciting. We've got a lot to get to today, and a little bit. We've got a special guest coming up in about an hour. Yeah, a little more than an hour.
Yep.
And you want to spill the beans on that?
Yeah. We got Ravi Lula from Hurrdat Sports, based out of Omaha, Nebraska. He's going to call in about an hour, and we're going to take a big look at the Big Ten. We're going to get ourselves ready for this Big Ten college football season. What are some big stories? What are stories we should be talking about that we're not talking about? Who's overrated? All the good stuff. So I'm excited for that.
And it is one of those things, too, where since, we existed in a Illini bubble, it'll be good to get an outsider's perspective and also take a look around the Big Ten Conference as a whole. So that's what we're going to do in a little more than an hour. Cubs Cards, that's the biggie right now. Cubs got a dub last night. Redbirds getting set a little bit later on tonight to start a series with Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Any thoughts on anything that happened last night with either team?
The Cubs got 2 wins yesterday. First time the Brewers had lost back-to-back games since July 1st.
How about it? Did the curse end? Is the voodoo over?
I don't know. We'll see.
The deal with the devil
They're
stop?
playing right now. They're in the 7th inning. So you can listen to it on our sister station, 105.9. But
105.9, yeah.
We'll see how they end up today. Last night I thought was big for the Cardinals. And Palante got rocked pretty early.
Yeah.
Not a great show.
Not a great showing. Cards still 2 under 500, sitting at 63 and 65. And again, we were looking at numbers I tracked down from Vegas on Monday, and it's got the prediction of the over-under for the Cardinals at 77.5 wins with a best-case scenario. This is according to Vegas, not me, of going 80 and 82, so still on pace for that. But you're still in the wild card hunt as well, and you're chasing the Reds and starting that series tonight with the Rays. We'll have that for you. First pitch is scheduled for 6:35, so the pregame will start right after the drive with Evan and myself. Yeah. And also, coming up in just a bit, as we do right around the 25 mark of each hour, we'll get into some Illini talk. Gabe Ackus was in the top 25 college football players, according to a new report from ESPN that caused a lot of controversy and fun, not just Gabe being on the list. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the list as a whole. I was a little fired up about Luke Altmaier getting snubbed, but I want to follow up on Gabe's ranking and where he really is among the best in college football. So we'll do that in the next 20 minutes. But, yeah, I wanted to start off with some Cubs Cards talk.
Yeah.
What are you looking at today with the Cubs? I know right now on our sister station playing the Brewers, which is, by the way, we're going to do a side note here. This is what I love about Stevie J Broadcasting is we cover all of it. You got the Cardinals right here on ESPN 93.5, the Cubs on US 105.9, and the Bears on Q96. So if you're looking for Cubs, Cards, or Bears, we got them for you under the Stevie J umbrella.
We got you, baby.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know. I think there is some encouragement with how the last few games have gone. I forgot that the Cubs Brewers were playing again today. I texted you last night. That's a sweep, baby!
I got a text last night. Sweep. And
we swept them. And then
mind.
about 10 seconds later, I was like, oh, crap. Never mind.
Disregard.
Never mind. But Cubs are playing well. And I knew they would. Every year, a team, you go through slumps. You ride the roller coaster. The Brewers roller coaster seemed to be really high.
Yeah.
We'll see if they come back down. They're now on a 3-game losing streak.
Hopefully it's a 4-game losing streak by the end of tonight. We'll see.
Yep. As time of recording this, the Brewers are up 2-1.
If you're watching me
we
us on YouTube,
got it on the screen. And that's another thing is you can watch us live on YouTube.
Yeah, we're everywhere, dude.
We're all over the place. We're on X. Mm-hmm. And you can catch us on podcast if you missed the day.
Please follow us on The Drive. On The Drive's Twitter /X handle at The Drive 935. Benny hitting us up on the Max Twin City Recycling text line 217-359-2255 says, hello, Curtis and Evan. Looking forward to not only tailgating, I'm also looking forward to meeting Buckeye fans and USC Trojan fans. I have been a fan of both of those teams since 1972. So Benny just taking in all the Big Ten experience this year.
I've got some questions.
About that? About being a fan of the Illini and the Buckeyes?
How many teams you got, Benny? So you're a fan of the Illini, you're a fan of the Buckeyes, and you've been a fan of USC.
Hey, if the jersey fits, I suppose. Here's something I've done. I've looked at – I'm really bad about going on stuff like Fanatics, like on that website.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever. And all I'm doing is what's on sale. What's on sale? And then I look at it and go, I could wear that Jets hoodie. I could do that. Winnipeg or New York, I could wear.
I was about
Jets
to say,
hoodie.
are we talking NHL or NFL? I don't know. There are some. I have a couple jerseys and a couple hats that I like. I've got a DC a Nationals hat that just has DC on the front.
Yeah.
It's with the flag, and there's a few, but there's not many.
Yeah.
There's not many. I prefer more of the throwback jerseys for a while there. Those were coming out big. I got a Steve Young BYU jersey, which I love.
Nice.
I've got a Brett Favre Atlanta Falcons jersey.
I gagged a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Someday we'll get into my sports fandom and how I got to where I am now.
I do have a Favre rookie card that I hope will be worth some money eventually, but he keeps getting in trouble and it keeps
going downhill.
Yeah.
Anything Favre related is
gotta quit with the scandals, Brett.
I don't think I think it's just born and bred in him. I think he's just a walking scandal at this point.
He's just a walking case happening right now.
Yeah. So that's more of a jersey that I probably don't wear as much anymore. But it's just cool to have a Brett Favre Falcons jersey. You don't see that very often.
Muhammad listener on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Benny's got like 17 teams. Not an exaggeration. Thank you. Appreciate that, Muhammad listener.
Yeah. Here's the thing is we're just getting to know some of y'all on the text line as you're texting in. And so I love that. And you guys are getting to know us. So if you have questions for us, go ahead and text in some questions.
I have been fortunate to get to know some friends. And I think it was Mitch on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. It was a few months ago when we were wrapping up things with Lawn and Pipes, and he said, who's the new guy? I don't like anybody, but I kind of like him. And I was like, well, I'll take that as a compliment. I think that's who it was. Mitch can remind me. He can be like, no, it wasn't me, man. It was somebody else that thought you might suck at first. But no, Evan, getting to know people on the text line, and we do appreciate it. Everyone's been so cool and welcoming so far, so thank you for that.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. So the Cubs, yes, playing well. We'll see how the next couple of weeks go. If they can make a run at this division. I thought it was gone a while ago. I think it's at 6 games right now. So probably still gone. We'll see. Last night for the Cardinals, what makes that a little bit frustrating to drop that game is that both the Mets and the Reds lost.
Everybody lost. Yeah, everybody you needed to lose to catch up some ground.
So it's basically a wash.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst, but you could have gained some ground there and made a run at that wild card. So
yeah. But again, we'll have tonight's Cardinals game for you. 6:35 is when everything gets rolling. Pregame going to be right around 6 o'clock. Going to be just after we wrap things up on The Drive. And, of course, you can always check us out online as well at StevieJ.
Sunny Gray tonight.
Sonny Gray on the bump. So that's encouraging for the Cardinals. Yeah, I was looking for the starter. I thought it was Sonny. I didn't want to say that and then get corrected, which will happen plenty of times. I'll get corrected. It's fine.
Yeah, Sonny Gray. Must watch Cardinals baseball this year. He's been fun.
He's been fantastic. He has been, even if you are a staunch Cardinals hater, when Sonny's been on the bump, it's been pitching 101, man. It's been really good.
Yeah.
And, when do you get to a point, if you're either organization, where you start saying this is must win? Because it's real easy to get into that panic mode.
Yeah.
And we're in late August now. Is it panic mode for teams? Is it too early to be Randy from Major League 2, Randy Quaid going, let's back up the trucks. It's over. They're going to blow it in the 9th.
I don't know if at this point
No, not that one.
Not that one.
No, not giving the heater.
I don't know if at this point you are in must-win every game mode, but I think if you're trying to make a late run, you're for sure in must-win series mode.
Yeah.
You got to start, which Cardinals just did. They just won the series against Miami. You got to start picking up as many series as you can and hope other teams either start splitting or losing some series. And then maybe in a week or two, couple weeks, you're must-win mode. I mean, you got to start pulling off as many games as you can.
Well, the Rays haven't won a game in a week. Last win was a 2-1 win over the Giants.
Man.
And so they've dropped 5 out of their last 6, excuse me. So not great right now, a team that's 61-66. This is a chance to kind of get right. If you're the Redbirds, get yourself back over 500, or maybe if you win the series, you're at 500, you pick up a couple wins. So
and they got Joe Boyle pitching tonight, who's inexperienced. He's 1-2 on the season. He's only pitched 32 innings. So against Sonny Gray, I feel like tonight it's more matchup based. Tonight would be a must win.
I try not to be a judgmental guy, but there's something about the last name of Boyle that just worries me a little bit.
Boyle.
And with all due respect to any Boyles listening in East Central Illinois, I mean no harm. It's just like certain words bother people.
Yeah.
Like moist is the one that a lot of people freak out about. Yeah. A lot of people don't like moist. Moist doesn't bother me, but there's something about Boyle that just instantly
get you.
Yeah.
It just makes me, it's not quite as bad as O'Doyle.
O'Doyle rules, though.
He thinks so.
He does think so.
He thinks so. That's it. Yeah, there's some words. I'm learning some new favorite words of mine that I like to use a lot.
What's your personal favorite word right now? Let's get into this conversation.
You want to talk about this right now?
You want to talk about some words before we catch a break?
If you want to sound smart, start using the word recapitulate.
No chance I'll use that word ever.
You use it almost every day, though.
What's the other? What does it mean?
Well, when you shorten recapitulate.
Oh, recap.
You recap something. So you better believe.
What?
You better believe that I'm using recapitulate every single chance that I get. So another one that people don't think about very often is gruntled.
Well, we know how to be disgruntled. We're good at that.
So if you're disgruntled, you're upset, you're flustered, you're frustrated. But if you're gruntled, you're having a great time.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
All right.
So I'm gruntled today.
Feeling a little gruntled.
Feeling pretty gruntled.
I don't know. The English language is weird, man. It feels like if you're going to be gruntled, see, I just think of grunting when I hear gruntled.
I know it doesn't fit.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't, but
that's why we say happy or I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah, Ty texted in. He said, I'll admit I've got some collegiate gear from going to different campuses and games.
Sure.
See, now that's different.
No, I've told this story before on the air. I'll tell it to you. I'll try to abbreviate it because I've told this before. This has been about 10 years ago. A good friend of mine got married on Notre Dame's campus.
Okay.
The weekend he got married was, I didn't know it at the time, but it was alumni weekend. And when I say alumni weekend at Notre Dame, it's not like a lot of colleges where all the, it's my alma mater. I'm coming back. I'm going to hit up the old bars and da-da-da.
All the priests come back.
They're bringing back the star athletes. They're bringing back scientists. They're bringing back doctors. They're bringing back like the top graduates of their university.
Okay.
I pull onto campus. And
That's
I'm
very Notre Dame of them.
I pull onto campus, and I'm like, we've got a few hours before the rehearsal dinner. I want to do a little tour. But everything is blocked off. Still have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to weave my way through the parking lot. Finally, I see where the library is, and it is huge. It's an awesome library, right? But I weave through the parking lot, find a spot, and get out of the car. And Kelly, my wife, we're walking into the library, and somebody comes up to us and goes, "Welcome back to campus. What class are you in?" And I, without missing a beat, I go, "Class of 07. "Oh, class of 07. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Shut up. Just shut up. We're going in. We're going in."
They're going to give us stuff.
And they did. And they gave us, you can't take it back now, Notre Dame. It's too late.
Yeah.
But I got coupons for different, you can get all this at a discount. So I've got like a Notre Dame boxing club t-shirt. I've got a Notre Dame wrestling club t-shirt, all this stuff.
Let's go.
Yeah. And it's, and the topper of that, to this day, every single week, I get an email from Notre Dame University. "Hello, alumni. Hello, Curtis. Here's what you're missing around campus this week. Feel free to join us, blah, blah, blah." So there you go.
So can you just keep showing up now?
I haven't, but I probably should.
I mean, what is this process now?
I mean,
how far can you take this?
No, but it is amazing how if you just act like you know what you're doing, people will just leave you alone.
Yeah.
Like
confidence.
I'm looking, like there was a section in the library where different football players were going to be to sign autographs, and there were different doctors and scientists that had these medical books that they were going to be autographing and meeting with med students and stuff like that. And here I am with my khaki shorts on.
Just like graduated 07.
And a Gray Bears t-shirt, just walking around in
just
flip-flops.
Walking around. Hey, confidence does a lot. Have you seen all those videos of people that show up wearing a construction vest and a hard hat and a clipboard, and they can walk in anywhere? Mm-hmm. They can walk into amusement parks, movie theaters, sporting events, just because they look like they know what they're doing and they're where they're supposed to be.
Nobody will bother you.
It's kind of confidence I'm trying to live with.
Pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I will back tie up before we catch this break that if you're visiting somewhere, buying gear, that's like
it's a souvenir.
It's
a souvenir. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll allow that one. I'll allow it.
I have a Vermont t-shirt somewhere for their, I don't even know what they are. The bunnies. I'm going to go with that. Fisher bunnies, Vermont bunnies.
They're the
Hilltoppers.
Is the no mountain men
because of the mountains, because of the Green Mountains.
Vermont catamounts.
Mountaineers.
Catamounts.
Okay.
Is that Vermont?
Sure, but they've got the Green Mountains there. That's where the Green Mountain Boys are from, and the Air Force and all that. But anyways, that's a whole other. I'm off. But yeah, I've got. Well, it's a green shirt. It says Vermont University on it, and there's some mountains in the background, and a basketball. A green one.
I think that's good. You get random gear like that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think that's okay too.
And you know what? If I wore it around here, nobody'd be like, "Man, that guy loves Vermont basketball." They'd just be like, "I and Curtis went on a trip to Vermont and got a T-shirt." See, that's what you got to be careful with, man.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Keep the conversation going on the Max Twin City Recycling text line 217-359-2255. Coming up next, I want to follow up on ESPN's list that came out yesterday of the top 100 college football players. A reaction to that next. It is The Drive. The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their third annual Ties and Tinnies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
Hi, this is Chris Vandeventer with Philo Exchange Bank. We've defined hometown banking for 14 decades. We've been a legacy of trust and dedication. We believe in the power of a community where every neighbor is a member of our family and not just another name. Unlike many other banks, our lending decisions are made within the walls of the bank. Quite simply, local banking means you get what you need quickly and efficiently.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Friday nights in August, it's Farmer City Raceway with their full show plus kids mods brought to you by Nutrien. Adults are $15, veterans $10, kids 12 and under are free. Hot laps around the quarter-mile dirt track start at 6:30. Head to 850 Grove Street in Farmer City before the final Friday, August 29th, with $5,000 to win for the Mars Late Models during the Chuck Wagon Food Service Richardson Memorial Modifieds and Pro Late Model Racing. You'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola. Tim Onstad, Gale Forex Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel.
Yeah, we're really just kind of getting going and feeling out when that corn and beans are going to start turning and when we're going to start hauling grains for Gale and some farmers around. Had one call yesterday, make sure he was on the list and set up. We're going to bring in probably 3 to 5 good drivers or young guys that want to learn part of the trucking business and get them started in the field where they're not out on their own somewhere. And we'll be hauling grain, looking probably, like I said, 3 to 5 good people that want to haul some grain, not just young, experienced. If somebody's semi-retired, they want to get into that a little bit, we're good with that too. It works out for a good atmosphere and good overall employee satisfaction.
How can we reach you, sir?
Get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call the office at 765-793-7131. Give me a holler. We'll get you going and get things happening.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Lands is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Lands we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Lands Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. Curtis Allen, Evan Stone. Yesterday, we were discussing ESPN.com's article, The Top 100 College Football Players this year.
We were, yeah.
And I was a little peeved. I was a little fired up. I was a little prickly because our guy, Luke Altmaier, not on the list.
Yeah.
And we were making a case that, you know what, he should be on the list. I still feel that way.
Yeah.
Something we were excited about, though, Gabe Akis being on the list.
Yeah.
Not just being on the list, but being...
I was about to say, you better be on the list.
Top 25 on that list. Landed in at number 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And couldn't agree more with that. But there is that, you know, bubble that happens when you follow a team closely and you start to maybe miss on some stuff from an outsider's perspective that they may look at things a little... And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But I wanted to read something to you that came from Pranav Hedge. Pranav writes for SportsIllustrated.com. He covers the Illini beat. I think it's called the Illini on SI.
Okay.
And he did a fantastic breakdown of where Gabe is with his stats, where he is among the best linebackers and defensive linemen in college football. It's really, really good. But I just want to read you this one section of it and then get your feedback. For Akis, the stage is set for a senior season that could define his legacy in Champaign and propel him firmly into the first-round draft conversations. For Illinois, his presence is invaluable. But where does Akis belong in the current firmament of college football? Did ESPN get his ranking right? That's the question that Pranav asked. To put things in perspective, Akis landed in between Texas quarterback Arch Manning and Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt. Only 8 defenders ranked higher. Only a handful of edge rushers did. If, as Illinois on SI believes, the idea is that Akis deserves to be thought of among the most dominant and invaluable players in the game, including perhaps the top defensive player in the Big Ten, then ESPN got it right this year. Feels pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your reaction to that?
First of all, love some of the words that he used in that.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pron's
pretty good. He uses a thesaurus much better than I do.
He right clicks and finds, to use the word firmament is incredible.
That's a pretty good word.
That's a good word. No, I agree with you. Sometimes we can get in our bubble here and we can get lost in what we are reading, what we're hearing, what we think. We were so invested and so close to it last year, and obviously he had a great year last year, and so he's going to do it again, of course. But to hear some national guys and some other voices start to give props and courage to say, man, if they're going to think, if you're a top 22 player in the nation, you're definitely in that first round conversation.
Yeah.
And I love that. I believe Coach B said he took Gabe to the Big Ten Media Days last year.
Yeah.
Because he did not think he would have him back this year. And so what a bonus to have him for another year, and a year where I think he needs to show teams that he's consistent with it.
Yeah.
He had a great freshman year. That defense was insane, obviously. And then his sophomore year, I'm not going to say he took a step back, but the team as a whole took a little bit of a step back, going through some transition. That's when Aaron Henry stepped in. And so interesting to see how they were going to grow after that. And then last year he went off. Now, can he do it again? Can he keep it going? I was reading on, I believe it was IlliniInquirer.com, that he's dropped some weight this year.
Going to make him a bit more explosive then.
And so,
in theory,
yeah. And I'm excited to see. I think one of the best things for Gabe this year is going to be James Thompson. That you can't double. You got a few guys on that line that you can't
double them, or if you do,
someone else is going to be singled, and it's going to be a win.
Yeah.
So
if Gabe gets a one-on-one matchup, you feel pretty good about that usually.
The reason I appreciate that writing and what was just said is that I believe articles like that and context like that, it's not just stat hunting. It's so easy to scroll through all of these things and just read stats and then rank people based on the stats that they had. But stats are a very important metric because it shows things that are getting done.
It's success, right? Yeah.
But it's only part of the story. I think looking at somebody who has a ton of sacks on a losing team, or somebody who doesn't have very many sacks, but because they're drawing, their teammate has a ton of sacks because they are drawing the double team every single time.
Yeah.
So stats are important, but they're not the end all be all. And an article like that says I'm not just looking at the sacks, the forced fumbles, the QB hurries, the tackles, whatever it is. It's who he is as a football player.
Yeah.
And he can do it.
A couple years ago, down year for the Illini with Devin Witherspoon in town. But Devin jumped off the page when you watched him. And he that was my guy. And so as his final season with Illinois progressed and he was getting more and more national buzz, it was one of those things where your band blows up but you liked him first kind of thing. Watching Spoon play, I was this guy is going to be an NFL talent. And I didn't expect him to be a top 5 pick in the draft initially, but when that happened and Seattle took him where they did, I was spiking the ball, and I was like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's going in the top 5. Of course he is.
Yeah, but that's a perfect example of a guy who didn't have huge stats his last year because nobody threw the ball his direction.
Yeah.
So he was a true shutdown corner. That if all you were doing was ranking interceptions or passes defended, he wouldn't be. I think that's why he got robbed for that defensive award at the end of the season.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Went to the TCU guy, I think. But because his stats just didn't match up, because you could not throw the ball his direction, quarterbacks just avoided him.
On the flip side of that conversation, to go back to something you said a moment ago, when I call it the NBA Death Star, when the super team started being formed and it was like Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and LeBron when they all went to Miami, I always thought, like, Bosh was a really good player, but I always thought, yeah, but he scores a lot of points because he's on a bad team with the Raptors and somebody's got to score. Like, somebody's got to be the guy that scores even on the bad teams kind of thing. And so that's why I always looked at him as kind of the third man in that bunch. But I don't view Gabe in that way or certain other players. No, they're a part of that's not what you got here. You got a guy in the conversation to go in the top 25 or in the first round.
Yeah.
So.
And I also really appreciate some of the comments he's had in the last year. Just, we're talking about, dropping some weight and doing those things, but him just saying that his first year or two, he just didn't have, whether it was the work ethic or the understanding of how to eat, of how to put in great work. And I think we saw last year, and I trust it coming into this year, you got a guy whose mind is right and is ready to show off and is ready to work and is ready to get after it. And so just personally, I hope we don't see too much of Gabe next week. I hope a lot of those first teamers and a lot of those studs that we're going to be relying on this year are taking fewer and fewer snaps against Western Illinois University, the Leathernecks. But I'm really excited to see how he just attacks the field and the line of scrimmage this season, and he gets every flower that is deserved to him because he's putting in the work.
Can I throw something out to you just for fun?
Yeah.
Just for funsies. He had 4 sacks as a freshman, 2 as a sophomore, and then 8 last year.
Yeah.
So in my Curtis brain, that means he's got to be due to get 16 sacks this season, right?
We said this first day. I'm not a math guy. So, but that'd put him up with Whitney Merciless.
That would be fun.
That's up there. I think. What was Whitney's? What is he had in 2010? I believe he had, 16, 17 sacks.
He won. Was it the Butkus Awards? And that one Whitney
broke
won?
the record.
Yeah.
So hey, man, if Gabe is doing that,
I feel like I can't tell you with any sort of facts. I just know. I just feel like 16 sacks is what we're going to be talking about.
Hey, we'll get some hot takes here next week.
What about, okay, being real, let's set it over 8. Would do you think he can go over 8 this year, given that he did 8 last year?
He got 8 last year.
Given what's in front of him with the defensive front?
Yeah, I think he can get over 8. I think he can go double digits.
Yeah.
I would take the over on the 8 because the other thing is when you have an offense like Gabe could have this year on the other side of the team that is putting up points, that causes the other team to have to throw the ball more.
Gotta throw the football.
And so that's another thing. When your team is losing all the time and you're down big all the time, you're not putting up a lot of sacks.
Yeah. When the other team's got to throw the ball, you can pin your ears back, as a wise man once said.
And
throw that damn ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this team is going to be ready to get after the quarterback this year.
Should be fun.
We talked about it earlier this week, but all the guys that they got that they can bring in, the Ferrari package or whatever they've been calling it, but Kanina Odeluga and Gabe Akis and
it's not
James
the Honda
Thompson.
Civic package, buddy.
No, that's first down. That's first down.
First down. Honda Civic.
Listen, or Honda Odyssey.
A Honda Odyssey, that's good.
It's reliable. It's safe. It gets the job done. It's convenient.
What would a prevent defense be?
Prevent defense?
Yeah. Would it be Prius then? Just for the alliteration's sake, Prius.
It could be a Prius. I might go more of like a Buick.
Buick LeSabre defense. That's the prevent.
It's not moving super fast.
Not fast. You're kind of plodding along there.
You sometimes get too comfortable,
mm-hmm.
and bad things happen.
Bad things happen. I don't know. They got McConaughey now as their spokesman. So
do they really?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got McConaughey as their... It's probably just a Buick driving through the desert with wings.
You didn't know I could look cool in a Buick, but
he is the hood ornament. His head is the hood ornament on the top of the car, and he's just saying,
I got a Hemi, yeah. That was a little more Joe Dirt than it was McConaughey. Sorry about that.
You mean your hair grows in all natural white trash like that? What do you mean?
Put an E on the end of that bad boy and pronounce it Dirte. Love to get your feedback on the Max Twin City Recycling text line 217-359-2255. Also hit us up on Twitter/X at The Drive 93.5. It is The Drive.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recent recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
Diana, how do you know you've been successful?
I know that when we are invited to personal events in their lives, first birthday parties, weddings, gatherings, we know that we've been more than just their realtor. We know that we've made these relationships deep and that it goes beyond just the sale of the house. And it speaks a lot to what we want, which is to serve our clients and to, be more friends than just a realtor.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
Friday nights in August, it's Farmer City Raceway with their full show plus kids mods brought to you by Nutrien. Adults are $15, veterans $10, kids 12 and under are free. Hot laps around the quarter-mile dirt track start at 6:30. Head to 850 Grove Street in Farmer City before the final Friday, August 29th, with $5,000 to win for the Mars late models during the Chuck Wagon Food Service Richardson Memorial Modifieds and Pro Late Model Racing. You'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Since 1929, Christie Clinic has strived to provide high-quality care with a personal touch. To continue our mission of we listen, we care, we are seeking engaged team members who are focused on improving patient lives, adding value, and increasing capacity to better serve our growing community. Christie Clinic offers competitive pay, great benefits, and advancement opportunities. Come join our team. Visit ChristieClinic.com to view open positions and apply.
Actually, I called a provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Cold nights, hot fire, safe chimney. You need Grizzly's Chimney Service. Since 2008, they've handled it all. Fireplace and stove work, tuck pointing, inspections, dryer vents, and more. With certified chimney sweeps, a no-mess guarantee, and they're fully insured. Keep your home fires burning safely. Call the experts at Grizzly's Chimney Service today. and visit grizzlysweep.com. That's grizzlysweep.com.
You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available, and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I got to play a little Stone Cold for this next bit. Oh, hell yeah. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. You Stone Cold fan?
Oh, absolutely.
If Stone Cold was still wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin, would you go see him live? Would you go see the Texas Rattlesnake open up a can?
Wait, hold on. Prime Stone Cold or Stone Cold today?
Sure.
Stone Cold today? No, I probably wouldn't.
Here's what I'm asking about that. I'm not saying Stone Cold's wrestling. That's not where I'm going with this. But as you know, we are an ESPN affiliate, ESPN Radio 93.5. And ESPN just, they brokered a deal with the WWE where they're going to host all of WWE's premium live events. It's a part of a new app that ESPN's launched, and it's also, there's some confusion with this because it's also part of ESPN Plus too. Do you subscribe to any of that stuff?
Okay, so, well, kind of. So there's something weird with ESPN Plus with me because I was subscribed to it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I let my subscription lapse, so I can't watch anything on ESPN Plus, but somehow there's a glitch in the system where I can read all of the ESPN Plus articles.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have said that. They're going to come after me. I know the heads of ESPN are listening to this show right now.
Mickey's listening.
Oh, hey, how's it going, buddy? We're going to talk, pal.
I don't think I like that, but that's I'm going to hear that later tonight.
Cheating me out, pal. You owe me some money.
So currently no, but I'm not against them.
Okay. Well, so a part of this deal, so the WWE, they don't do the traditional pay-per-view model anymore. They call them premium live events now. It's part of all the streaming. They've had their streaming deal has been with Peacock online, and now ESPN has the rights to all of them. Now, this was supposed to launch next year. They did a sort of a surprise, and ESPN announced they're going to do the first WWE PLE in Indianapolis in a month. They're doing it September 20th.
Okay.
All right. Pat McAfee will be there. He's a part of the WWE
of
family.
Course,
yeah.
Of course.
It's a part of John Cena's farewell tour. I'm not doing a commercial for this, by the way, but they're making this a big deal because they want to launch it and make it look good for ESPN, right? Pre-sale tickets opened up today.
Ooh.
Any guess how, not ringside, but how much a floor ticket was? Any guesses off the top of your head?
Well, I'm assuming since we're having this conversation, it's going to be either an insanely high or insanely low number.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just throw a number out there: $200.
No. Take that and add a little bit more. Let me do some math. Take that and
we're not a math show.
We're not a math show.
Give me $425.
Yeah, I think you want to multiply that by 30, 200 times 30. That's your number. Yeah, $6,000.
No way.
$6,000. And this isn't like, I saw this on a tweet or something like that. It's $6,000. I know because I was curious. Like, okay, I'll check this out. I'll get in the pre-sale here and see what it. Because when the pre-sale happens, that's really the on sale for anything. I don't care if it's a concert, if it's a sporting event, whatever.
Right.
All right. The pre-sale, because once the tickets are gone, they're gone. There's this idea that Ticketmaster holds tickets back. They don't. Okay. But I was like, how much would it be for $6,000 to be on the floor?
That's insane.
Can you ever imagine spending $6,000 on any Super Bowl? Would you spend $6,000 on a Super Bowl ticket?
I'd barely spend $6,000 on a car. So
That's right, man.
No, not a Super Bowl ticket. I don't think there's a ticket that I could spend and I'm whatever. We're not getting into my financials here, but I would not spend more than a couple $100 on a ticket to anything, sporting event, concert. I would love to hear though if you want to text us in the Max Twin City Recycling text line.
I'm trying to think of what's the most I've ever spent.
That's what I want to hear.
You know what I mean? And I know that's not everybody is comfortable talking about that. I get it. I really do. I get it. But I had a buddy that reached out to me earlier in the year. They had the Royal Rumble. It's a big WWE event. They had that at Lucas Oil Stadium. This is a whole thing that Pat McAfee worked out with Indianapolis and with WWE. And I had a buddy's like, let's go check out the Rumble. I was like, well, I always liked that event. That always was a favorite when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good idea, concept.
Mediocre tickets were like $350 a pop. And so to fast forward now, the mediocre tickets were still probably about $350 a pop, but I saw tickets that were lower level, you're not on the floor, and those were only $600-700. But I'm just thinking, who are you targeting with this? Why
I don't know. I will say that wrestling fans are very
loyal.
They're very loyal.
Very loyal, yeah.
It's a very niche crowd. Niche crowd that are. I mean, they're gonna. I'm just going on. Yeah. So they're gonna show up and they're gonna pay and they're gonna bring their kids. And here's the thing: is I don't fully understand the vibe, the emotion of the WWE right now because I grew up during the Attitude Era, where we're cutting ourselves.
Steel chairs.
Yeah,
to the head.
We're throwing people off of cages. So, and I know that's not what it is anymore. I know they went a super family friendly and
for
then
a while, and
now,
is
it moving back?
It's moves with they call it the Netflix because now it's on streaming, so you can get away with a little bit more. Yep. You don't have to worry about some of your sponsors necessarily on network TV. But it got me thinking $6,000 for.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't.
I guess the question is
so what? That's what I'm going with. The Illini. It's a magical season for Illini football, and they're in the national championship game. Would you spend $6,000 on a ticket? You've traveled to games, Evan Stone.
I've been all over the place.
Would you do that?
I would ask my wife. So no, I would not. I would not be doing it.
If I sold a kidney, would you be cool?
I think a better chance is let's say it's a magical season, and Illinois is hosting a playoff game. And those tickets, right? What is the most you would spend on an Illinois playoff home game ticket?
Great question.
I mean, when would that price you out? Down the street, it's your home. That would be a ticket that I would spend the most amount of money on. Concerts, sporting events. I don't think there's anything else that I would spend more money on than an Illinois home playoff game.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain.
I don't know what that number is.
The number, I'll give you the number that jumped into my head. Whether or not I would actually pay this or chicken out when it came time to pay for it, maybe. But the number that jumped into my head was $500 for a game. I'd spend $500 for that, I think.
I'd do that.
I think. But then maybe I get to the checkout and I see the fees and that $500 ticket's turned into a $750 ticket. I went, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll just watch at home on ESPN, I think.
The amount of tickets I've had sitting in the cart, in the basket, because then you see the fees.
I looked this up before we went on the air. There are season ticket bundles that are less than $6,000. Whether you're looking at Cubs, Cardinals, Bears, Colts, Pacers, Bulls, Blackhawks. I have a friend, and I reached out to my friend Matt Anienza. He's up in Chicago. Loves the Hawks. He's a season ticket holder. I think his season tickets are somewhere around $2,000 or $3,000, and he has really fantastic seats. He's also a surgeon and a good one up there. So he's a doctor, so he can afford this stuff.
I hope all surgeons are doctors, by the way.
Yeah, turns out they are. Some of them, they end up in horror movies.
Well,
Heath on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, he kind of flipped what you asked. How about an Illinois NCAA basketball championship game? Dude, that'd be tough. Man, I'd see for that. I know I'd put down $500. I know I would. And I'd be like, all right, put on the credit card. I'll pay it off.
Yeah.
But I ain't paying for my buddies, okay? We'll have to work really hard to make sure our
Solo
tickets
trip.
are next to each other. Yeah.
Solo trip. Illinois basketball championship game is probably more likely.
More likely you'd put down
Less
some
rare.
Yeah.
So, which is saying something because it's only happened once in my lifetime, most people's lifetimes. So it's not like it's common, but it's more feasible in my brain than hosting a football playoff game.
Yeah.
So I think I could convince myself to pay more for a football playoff game than an Illinois basketball championship game.
Matt Lang on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. If there's a big-time SEC program, rolling into Illinois for a playoff game, I'm paying $500 to $1,000 for a ticket. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I think that's probably a typical, hey, I'm in.
But nobody's paying WWE WrestlePalooza prices for their Illinois champion. Nobody's dropping $6,000.
Is that what it's called, WrestlePalooza?
That's the name of the event in Indianapolis. I thought I mentioned that. I must have not. Yeah, WrestlePalooza.
Maybe you did, and it just was such a dumb name.
You just ignored
brushed
it.
right over my WrestlePalooza.
I wish it would have been Wrestle Bonanza. You know, that would have been a good one.
They used to have good names for those pay-per-view events.
Wrestle. I'm trying to think of what would be another play on Bonanza. I don't know if I got one.
No.
No, I don't have another one.
Nothing.
No. But
Nothing.
yeah, Bonanza or Palooza. They went with Palooza.
Backlash.
Backlash was a good name.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think it's.
I wouldn't pay $6,000 for Backlash either.
No, and that's the other thing. And maybe you have a better finger on this pulse. Wrestling fans, so they're coming to Indianapolis for the first ever ESPN premium event. How far are people traveling for? Is that like I'm getting on a plane and I'm hitting that up?
When I went with my buddy to the Royal Rumble in January, we met people from England. We met people from Australia. We met a lot of people from Canada. So, yeah, there were people from all over the world that came to Indianapolis. And the numbers, there was something like $24 million that weekend generated for the city of Indianapolis, just WWE come to town. Between all the hotels and food. I mean, it is a big deal. But I can't wrap my head around paying $6,000 for a seat on the floor.
Yeah, I can't do that. WWF came to Champaign one time when I was a kid.
Oh, I probably went to that for $10. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I went with a couple of buddies of mine. We were, 12. I had a sign that said, "Get the tables."
And you got them.
Yeah, and we got them.
Yeah, we got them.
I mean, it's everyone's interests and loves, though. People look at some of the things that I would be willing to spend money on, and they'd be like, "That dude's insane."
Big shout out to Matt and Sydney. We'll do one more here from the Max Twin City Recycling text line. He said, I paid a little over $2,000 to see the Dallas Cowboys. 2 tickets and parking. In my defense, it was last second to get tickets and go, hey, no judgment here. He said, I would pay that again for Illinois football or basketball in the national championship game.
Well, I mean,
that would probably be my limit right there.
If you're paying it to go to see some random Cowboys game, I would hope.
I mean, Cowboys, they're expensive, yeah. But still. $6,000. Okay. We got to catch a break. We are up on it. Keep those texts and the conversation going on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. What you going to do, brother? It's the drive.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial
future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
FNB Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. FNB securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution. Subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC. Member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and FNB are not affiliated.
FNB Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Since 1929, Christie Clinic has strived to provide high-quality care with a personal touch. To continue our mission of We Listen, We Care, we are seeking engaged team members who are focused on improving patient lives, adding value, and increasing capacity to better serve our growing community. Christie Clinic offers competitive pay, great benefits, and advancement opportunities. Come join our team. Visit ChristieClinic.com to view open positions and apply.
A win for the president at the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A ruling just in allows the Trump administration to cut nearly $800 million in health research funding as part of the administration's push against diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. The High Court's majority lifting a judge's order that blocked the cuts. States and advocacy groups have argued those cuts will mean incalculable losses in public health and human life. More than 35 years after gunning down their parents in their Beverly Hills home, Eric and Lyle Menendez get a chance at parole, with a hearing for one today and the other tomorrow, allowed by a recent resentencing over claims of sexual abuse by their father.
Now, if the parole board recommends release for one or both of the brothers, California Governor Gavin Newsom will make the final decision. He could issue that immediately, but will more likely take it under consideration for several weeks or even months.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. Many family members are among those arguing for parole. The L.A. County prosecutor opposes it. President Trump plans to go on patrol tonight in the nation's capital, where a federal crime crackdown continues.
President Trump made the announcement in a radio interview, but what's unclear if he's actually going to patrol or maybe visit with some troops. Obviously, that would be a massive security imprint, so we're not exactly sure how that's going to play.
Fox's David Spunt, the vice president and defense chief, visiting National Guard members at D.C.'s Union Station yesterday. A gruesome mystery in Colorado. Sheriff's officials just confirming 6 bodies were recovered from a Colorado dairy yesterday, found in a confined space after responding to an emergency. They won't say what kind of emergency or exactly where the bodies were found. They do say it appears to be an accident and that they did not find anything criminal in nature. America is listening to Fox News.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The Trump administration pulls a sex education grant from California over the state's transgender policies.
The Department of Health and Human Services terminating a grant for California's Personal Responsibility Education Program, or PrEP, which educates young people on abstinence and contraception. A rep for the agency telling Fox News Digital the state refused to remove radical gender ideology from its curriculum, not sharing specific details, noting the grant is worth roughly $12 million, adding the agency is reviewing programs nationwide. President Trump has also repeatedly floated withholding federal funds from California school districts that do not adhere to his administration's transgender policies. California Governor Gavin Newsom has responded by suggesting California withhold its share of federal taxes.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. The Trump administration was already suing California for allowing transgender athletes to compete in school sports. A courtroom confrontation over immigration enforcement leads to a resignation.
Peter Navis was a Walworth County Court Commissioner in Wisconsin. He was presiding in his courtroom last month in the case of Enrique Onan Zamora Castro of Milwaukee, who faced a misdemeanor charge of operating a vehicle without a valid driver's license. But a court transcript says sheriff's deputies tried to detain Castro on behalf of ICE. That's when Navis demanded to see their warrant. A prosecutor said Navis had no right to see the warrant. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel says Navis was told he could voluntarily leave or be fired. He left. Jill Nato, Fox News.
A down day on Wall Street, the Dow dropping 152 points. The S&P and the Nasdaq also finished in the red. Cracker Barrel shares tumbling more than 7% after the company changed its longtime logo, eliminating the old man leaning on a Cracker Barrel. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
Let's talk a little basketball, shall we? It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone.
Yup.
And the Illini's non-conference schedule came out a little bit earlier in the week. Thought we'd chat about that. We haven't had a chance to yet about what is exciting to us. I know they've got, I think it's the first non-conference game. Is that Illinois State, if I'm not mistaken? They've got the Redbirds.
That's an exhibition game.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be a fun one.
Yep. And after that, it's a whole lot of nothing at home.
Yeah? How many away games were we looking at?
0. This is my okay. Here's my thing with this schedule.
Hit me.
Okay, we're just gonna jump right into it.
Well, go ahead, do your thing.
Here's my thing. It is a really hard non-conference schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other teams are looking at this. We have games against Texas Tech, Alabama, UConn, Tennessee, and Missouri.
The Bama game is one that I've had circled for a minute.
I mean, that's a tough run.
Mm-hmm.
You have Texas Tech at home, November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my son. That's his birthday.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun game. If I'm a season ticket holder, I'm pretty pumped about that game. I'm clearing the calendar. I'm clearing the schedule. It's a Tuesday night, though, which is tough if you're not from the area.
But that's...
Other than that, your home non-conference schedule, Jackson State, Florida Gulf Coast, then Texas Tech, Colgate, Long Island, UT Rio Grande Valley, and Southern. There's not a lot of other games in that. As a season ticket holder, as a fan here going to the games, that's when I get tickets. Because people are like, we're not going to go tonight. You want our tickets? Because when we're playing Jackson State or, Colgate. So I don't mind it that way.
How dare you speak that way about Colgate University, sir?
And I know we get enough of these during the Big Ten season, so I'm not too upset about this, but no true road games. So you're not going anywhere. And then Alabama, UConn, Tennessee, and, of course, Missouri are all neutral site games.
Yeah.
So you got Alabama and Chicago. You got UConn and New York. You got at Madison Square Garden.
That's the one. That one has been circled, and that's going into that's all a part of Thanksgiving weekend, if I remember correctly. Like that is, the way it plays out. That whole week could be a lot of fun for Illinois football and basketball.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to how things play out.
Yeah,
heading into Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah. It's November 28th. It's the Friday, so it's on Black Friday. At Madison Square Garden. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We don't necessarily. I know some friends who went out last year to Madison Square Garden, and we don't need to talk about that game. But
it was a game that happened.
It was a game that happened for a team. And then you got Tennessee on December 6th in Nashville. And then, of course, Missouri in St. Louis on a Monday. That's interesting.
What's the date of the Mizzou game?
December 22nd.
Okay, everybody's out for Christmas break.
On a Monday.
Yeah. Get some hot cocoa, some eggnog, settle in.
You an eggnog guy?
Not at all.
No,
I'm just a whiskey guy.
Never.
Just regular old whiskey.
Just don't ruin whiskey.
Nope.
By putting egg.
Don't need any egg or nog with it. Nope.
In it.
Just a little cola.
Yeah. I couldn't have been more surprised if I woke up with my head sewed to the carpet this morning.
That's right.
So you got a tough schedule. You got tough teams on there. I love how it's going to prepare them. I love the neutral site aspect because it is March Madness feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a neutral site game, play one of the top teams in the country, one of the biggest teams in the country, and see what happens. And so I love the experience that a lot of these guys, it's a brand new team this year. I mean, we haven't even sat down and talked about the roster yet.
The Balkan Brutes, trademarked by me, by the way.
The Balkan Brutes.
That's mine. I trademarked that months ago.
Okay, love that.
Thank you.
For a team that is a bunch of new guys and several guys who are playing, college basketball for the first time, to get to experience some of those neutral site experiences against real programs.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. If I have one qualm with the schedule, it's what I said at the beginning. If I am a season ticket holder here, I believe if I effort it incredibly fast, you have only one weekend game. So you have one game on a Saturday. That's against Long Island. Mm-hmm. Everything else is a weeknight game. Where if you're up in the Chicagoland area and you're getting off of work and you're trying to travel, you're down south in Southern Illinois and you're trying to get up for games or, wherever you're at, weeknight games are tough.
Yeah.
And so as a season ticket holder who's not in the CU area, you got one game on a Saturday and you got maybe one game that is worth. I'm putting this on the schedule November 11th against Texas Tech. Okay, I'm going to make that one.
Yeah.
These other games, man, if I'm putting my family in the car and trying to get off work early and trying to drive down or up to the State Farm Center to see them beat Long Island by 60.
How dare you, sir, speak that way about Long Island University? How dare you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So as a fan, I love the schedule. As a viewer, love the schedule.
Well, the Mizzou game, the bragging rights game, that's usually, that's a holiday season game that typically. And so for where that falls on a Monday, that's not surprising to me. Again, that's Christmas break for most people, I mean, if you got to work, you got to work. But if you're going to do some holiday traveling or if you're off work, I can see that. That's, making that trip. That's not too crazy to me. I'd love to make that trip for New York City. I'd love to see something like that, in an Illini game in Madison Square Garden. But, again, during the holidays, so you're looking at Black Friday, you're most likely not, if you are fortunate to have that day off.
Yep.
Then it's something you can go, okay, this is what we're going to do, family weekend or whatever. Or maybe you just blow off Thanksgiving altogether and say, to hell with my family and friends. I'm going to New York City to watch the Illini. That's totally up to you.
Who needs them?
Who needs them?
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. I know. Terrible.
Yeah. I once again, as a viewer, I think that Tennessee game, it's in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. To go to Nashville to watch Illinois-Tennessee basketball, that'd be awesome.
I tell you, man, I'm a fan of Bridgestone Arena. It's an awesome venue. If you've ever been, if you've never been, you should go. If you have been, then you know what I'm talking about. It's right in the heart of downtown Nashville. It's right across the street from all these amazing bars and locations. There's live music and food everywhere. And the first time I was at the Bridgestone Arena was for a Blackhawks game. Blackhawks versus Predators. And it was the 2013 season, so Stanley Cup run for the Hawks that year. But it was just a sea of red on Broadway, just a sea of Blackhawks jerseys. And much like when the Bears came to town, I think that was in 2011 or maybe 2009, the Hawks fans drank all the beer in Nashville. So maybe challenge for Illini Nation, maybe.
Let's see.
You invade Nashville.
That's going to be a lot of orange in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Drink all the beer in town again. Keep showing them how we do it in Illinois.
Yeah. Man, I went to a Blackhawks Avalanche game when I was living in Colorado. And this was 2017, maybe. So the Hawks were on the tail end of
The dynasty was dying.
It was beginning to die,
Yeah.
and the Avs were beginning to come back
Yeah,
up. They
yeah.
were getting some really cool guys, but Hawks won.
Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
That one random regular season game in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
They won. But that arena, well, first of all, it was awesome. The Pepsi Arena or whatever it is in Denver. But it was probably 90 to 10 Blackhawks fans.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was incredible.
I mean, we're off on the side here, but it's one of those things, too, where I look at the fan bases of the teams that I support, and, man, they just travel. Illini fans travel well.
Yeah.
Really do. And I'd like to think that as an Illini fan, we don't have the sickness that, say, an Ohio State fan base has when they travel. But that's a whole other conversation. There's just something about the zombie-like behavior. No, I'm
Hey, that's fine.
At me if you want.
Keep it going. Yeah.
No, I think that would be a great opportunity for Illini fans because Nashville's a fun town. It's going to be a fun night. You're on the Strip. You can hit up Tootsie's or whatever bar you want to afterwards and have some fun. I mean, I would look forward to something like that. But again, Monday night, so
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited for this team, and I'm excited for the schedule. Matt from Sydney texted in. He said, "Did the guard from overseas ever make it to campus?" I'm assuming you're talking about Mihailo Petrovic.
Mm-hmm.
Last I had checked, last I had seen, he's not on campus yet. It doesn't seem like they're worried.
Yeah.
But that was as of a couple of days ago. So I will effort that for you, Matt. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
David Merkovich is on campus and with the team and working out with them. He got registered for school. The first week he was here, he was not a registered student, so he wasn't allowed to work out with the team.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was just shooting around with the managers and all that stuff. But he's officially registered. He's in school. He's at practice. He's a man out there. He's a strong
He's a man.
dude. So Mihailo hopefully will be here soon.
Yeah.
They don't seem worried.
To your point, they don't seem worried. Coach Underwood doesn't seem too concerned about it. It feels like it's something that's just going to happen. It's just a matter of time, maybe taking a little bit longer than they would like. But
also, if he is worried, he's not telling us.
Oh, he's got a great poker face. He's got. I've only seen. Well, I shouldn't say only seen, but he usually has a great poker face when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, then they lose a big game, then you see Brad pretty PO'd and
Come out of
letting
that.
people know what he thinks. Yeah, but no, he's not gonna sell if he is upset right now about it. But it seems like they're not worried at all, and the Balkan Brutes will be whole soon, my friend, as I have dubbed them.
Yeah,
smashing opponents into smithereens.
This is gonna be a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. So.
Good look at the non-conference schedule, man. Good breakdown. Appreciate that. And appreciate your insight as well about who's on campus and what's going on with Petro and the rest of the Illini. Anything else worth adding, you think? Because I'm looking at the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Not much rolling in right now, but if you've got something, you've got some thoughts on the non-conference schedule, what games you're looking forward to, where you want to travel. Would you taking the family, whether that's to Nashville, St. Louis, you're going to make the trip to New York, whatever the case may be, hit us up, 217-359-2255. Come up in a moment. We got a special guest as well. You want to tease that a little bit?
Yeah. We got Ravi Lula from Hurrdat Sports calling in. We're going to talk Big Ten football, baby. It's going to be good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're going to look at Big Ten football as a whole with Ravi, and you can follow on Twitter with those guys as well at Hurrdat. Going to take a look around the Big Ten in just a few. Scott and Sarah Hope, my guy, he says, here in John Gross, are you guys ever going to do next question or who you got for betting purposes? We are going to do some betting stuff. I want to go ahead and get that out there. We're going to, when we start to get into football season officially next week, we're looking at a week from now, Thursdays. We're going to start looking at betting lines and things like that. We'll do that on Fridays as well. So great question. Yeah, definitely going to take a look at those Vegas odds.
Yeah, I'll have some bets for you tomorrow.
In fact, we've got a few early ones. Evan's got squared away for us for tomorrow. So
we got college football this weekend, baby.
We do, baby. What am I talking about? We got a game this weekend.
Yeah, we got 5 games.
5. Oh,
Come on.
Happy.
We're there.
Happy.
We've made it.
I'm supposed to take my kids to a birthday party. I think I might have to skip it. No, I'm just joking.
They got TVs, right?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's in town. Yeah. They're gonna, you know what? They're gonna be swimming. They're gonna be swimming in a pool.
Okay.
And as long as there's an adult watching them, I feel comfortable going inside in the AC and watching football instead.
You know what? That's what I'd do.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to talk Big Ten football as a whole and maybe what some folks around the country are thinking about this Illini squad. We'll do that next. It is The Drive.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance, and they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today, 217-586-3863, or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
Team, it's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it. And to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
Friday nights in August, it's Farmer City Raceway with their full show plus kids mods brought to you by Nutrient. Adults are $15, veterans $10, kids 12 and under are free. Hot laps around the quarter-mile dirt track start at 6:30. Head to 850 Grove Street in Farmer City before the final Friday, August 29th, with $5,000 to win for the Mars late models during the Chuck Wagon Food Service Richardson Memorial Modifieds and Pro Late Model Racing. You'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
All right, so let's talk about it. What about Gail Frericks Trucking? How are you with drivers, et cetera? How's it going?
Hey, we're coming down to the time where we're going to get some grain going in the fields. Our regional over-the-road trucks are pretty well full, but what we do is have a couple of spots that we bring in some new people to start out hauling the grain out of the field. They're home every night, they make good money, and they work a lot over 6 or 7 weeks. That's all dictated by the weather, so if the weather's good on the weekend, we're going, and then those people just transition into a regional job when the grain's done.
Awesome. Need good people for that, for sure.
Yep, need 2 or 3 good people for that. We'll be starting here in probably 3 or 4 weeks.
How do you get that process started, Tim Onstadt?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com. They can call the office at 765-793-7131.
And you hit number 4 for that
hit
auto
number
attendant.
4 on the auto attendant, yeah.
team. It's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it. And to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hey, welcome back. It's The Drive, 93.5. And I got some big, exciting news right here.
You do?
We've got...
How big? How exciting?
The first friend of the show.
Oh, I'm into it. Let's do this.
So we got on the line right now, we got Ravi Lula from Hurrdat Sports. You can hear him on Hurrdat Sports Live with Damon Benning and Ravi Lula, 7 to 10 a.m. every single weekday. You can stream it live on YouTube, on Twitter, or as the kids call it, X, or on Facebook, or anywhere you get your podcast. Ravi, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Hey, you know, we're figuring this out.
We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. Appreciate you jumping on with us this afternoon and making some time and talking some Big Ten football with us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we got, you know, we're just over a week away from everything Big Ten-wise kicking off because there's no Week 0 Big Ten games this year. Is there a Thursday night game, Big Ten? There's got to be.
Yeah, Nebraska, baby. Nebraska, Cincinnati.
Let's go.
He knows.
That's right. Yes. Where are they playing at?
Arrowhead Stadium, which is going to be basically a Nebraska home game.
Oh, man.
That's going to be a cool atmosphere, man.
I
That's gonna be
totally
a lot of fun.
forgot that was Thursday. So we are exactly 1 week out from Big Ten football. And I just want to get your thoughts on this conference as a whole. I know that everything that I've seen, everything that I've read so far, you got obviously the top dogs at the top. You got Penn State, you got Ohio State, you got Oregon. People are starting for some reason to throw Michigan up into that. I don't know if I understand that, but what are your thoughts on the top of the conference and what people are saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are making some assumptions that I'm not necessarily ready to make. And one of those is about Dante Moore and Oregon, because we're just assuming that whatever we saw at UCLA 2 years ago is going to turn into whatever Oregon needs him to be this year. And I'm just not 100% sold. Like, we've seen this happen time after time after time with five-star quarterbacks, highly touted guys, where, like, it just doesn't happen for some guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, who did I just see? Malachi Nelson just won the job at UTEP. Remember that name?
Oh.
That's a five-star, like, USC, Boise State. Now he had to win a job at UTEP, right? Like, these guys are out there and they exist. So we're making some assumptions about Dante Moore, who did not light the world on fire at UCLA 2 years ago. And we think because he sat a year behind Dylan Gabriel that all of a sudden he's magically going to be this guy that we thought he was coming out of high school. That's not an assumption I'm ready to make. Now, I still think Oregon's in the top of the pack, without a doubt.
Right.
But he's going to be the difference whether or not they're 2 losses and maybe the 4th team in or 3rd team in for the Big Ten in the playoff versus, hey, they're like actually at the top of the pack with Penn State. The other one is Julian Sayin had to fight for a job this year too. And he's not a true freshman. He was going up against Lincoln Kienholz, who we like around here because he's a Dakota guy, so he's right next door, but I don't know how good I would feel if I'm Ohio State and I lose both coordinators, right? I lose Jim Knowles, and I lose Chip Kelly, I lose my quarterback, and I'm replacing him with a guy that has sat for a couple of years and now has to go and has sat for a year and now has to go and replace him. I don't know. Obviously they've got a ton of talent. I think they're maybe a little bit closer to the pack than everybody thinks. And then Penn State's the one that should be clearly the best team in the conference. But we've got this big thing hanging over our heads of we don't feel that good about James Franklin. We've never seemed to feel that good about Drew Aller, even though he's been highly productive as a starting quarterback in the Big Ten. But there's just something we don't trust about that combination or those two as individuals. So I do think that's clearly the top of the league. I don't know how separated they are or will end up being from everybody else.
If you're just joining us, Ravi Ullah on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance Hotline from Hurrdat Sports. Ravi, I want to ask you a question. This actually comes from our text line as well. A couple people, including Matt and Sydney, have reached out about what to expect out of Washington in their squad this year. And in particular, I know a lot of Illini fans have that circled on the calendar. So what do you make of the Huskies going into this season? Are they going to be in the upper echelon? Is there a little bit of hype around them? What do you think?
A lot of turnover.
Yeah, so there is a lot of turnover. I like Jed Fish a lot. I think he's a really good coach. I probably can't help you out here. I have no idea what to make of Washington. I don't think anybody else does either. That's the truth of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is Damon Williams the guy we saw at the end of last year? Because if he is, then Washington's going to be pretty good, right? The story in this conference is so much, and I know it's low-hanging fruit, right? But so much of the story in this conference is going to be about quarterback play. 2 of your top 3 teams that we just talked about are replacing highly productive quarterbacks. Michigan replacing quarterback and going with a true freshman. And Washington, is Damon Williams the guy we saw at the end of last year? There's only a couple teams, like Indiana replacing Curtis Rourke, who led them obviously to the playoff, with a guy that I think a lot of people like, but I don't know what to do with Mendoza at Indiana, right? There's so many guys. Can Jaden Maeva turn into the next Lincoln Riley great quarterback? I have no idea. There's so many question marks in quarterbacks throughout this conference that I do think so much of it is going to come down to, including for Washington, what does their quarterback give them? Was that a flash where, hey, their season was already kind of underway and there was a little less pressure because things weren't really going the way they wanted it to? There's so much unknown about the quarterback situation, but I do think Washington's a little scary. I think Jed Fish is really good, and I think there's a lot there with Williams. I don't know if it's a guy I trust on a week-in, week-out basis, but that's a team that I'm not sad is not on Nebraska's schedule.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. So as you talk about the top few teams in the conference, and you don't know how much separation there actually will be between them and the rest of the conference, that also there's probably less separation in the middle of the conference. When you look at the next maybe 4, 5, 6 teams, how close do you think the middle of that conference is, and who do you like, who do you not like? Go from there.
So I have to be careful here because being a digital show, I can say things on my show that I'm not allowed to say on your air. Evan made that very clear. So I'll just say it's a cluster in the middle.
Be careful.
It's a cluster, add a word, but it's a cluster.
It's a cluster of nuts.
Yes, it is.
Some almonds.
It's a nut cluster in there. It is a jumbled mess from 4 through maybe 10. I think there's somewhere between 4 and 6 teams that could finish 4th place in this conference. I mean, Illinois obviously is on that list. I do think Michigan's on that list. USC, Iowa, Indiana, and I put Nebraska. Evan can tell you, I'm usually not a homer. I actually really like this Nebraska team. I think they could be really good. And so I think there's, what is that, 6 teams I just named that I think could finish 4th in the conference. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And none of them would surprise me. Not a single one. Because, like, what if Iowa actually gets good quarterback play? Like, what if Gronowski's actually good? That guy has won a ton of games, 2-time national champion at South Dakota State. Like, I've seen that guy play a ton. I don't know what the transition's going to look like for him from FCS to Big Ten, but if it works at all, I don't love it because you know the defense and special teams are going to be there with Phil Parker and LeVar Woods. Right? Like, that is a horrifying proposition to me that Iowa actually gets good quarterback play. So, like, I wouldn't surprise me if they finish 4th. I just mentioned Jaden Maeva and USC with Lincoln Riley. If he's able to turn him into his next great quarterback or even next pretty good quarterback, there's a ton of talent on that team. That's a team that scares me and that Nebraska has to face this year. You know, Indiana, I don't know what to do with Indiana. I didn't think they were that good last year, but they beat everybody's head in until the end of the season.
Right.
I don't really want to doubt Kurt Signetti because I know he's going to tell me about it if I do. So I don't really know what to do with Indiana.
Google him, baby.
I know. Just Google me. All I do is win, right? He's like he's the white DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Don't Google me, by the way, if you're listening to this.
That's a mistake.
That's a mistake.
Like Illinois is one of the only teams in the country to return a quarterback and both coordinators for multiple years, right? That is an incredible rarity in today's college football. Illinois got it. Did they already make their jump last year? That's kind of where I lean. But if they didn't, and they still have a little bit left in the tank, that easily could be a 4th-place team and a playoff team. So to answer your question in the longest way possible, we're talking razor-thin margins everywhere from like 4 to 10.
Well, you kind of lead me into this next question. It is a good one with Ravi Lula right now from Herd at Sports. Appreciate you jumping on with this. But, Ravi, when we live in these bubbles where we're so hyper-focused on our local teams, and there is a lot of excitement in Champaign right now for the Illini. I think rightfully so. But outside of that bubble, what is the vibe that you have or maybe others have around the country when they look at the Big Ten and they're looking at Illinois?
Yeah, I think, at least around here, I think people think Illinois is good. I think they have a hard time picturing them as a playoff team, just wrapping their heads around that more than anything, right? It was kind of the same thing with Indiana last year. And I think it's just really difficult. I know, I was listening on Monday when Evan was talking about once in his life had winning seasons back-to-back years before they got to the bowl game, right? Like, I think it's also hard for people to just think, oh, Illinois is just pretty good now. Now, I'm a big Brett Bielema guy. I think he's a great coach. So I can see it happening for them. I think we're going to start seeing, we sort of saw this in college basketball with the mid-majors where you could keep a team together for 2 or 3 years and they start knocking people off in the NCAA tournament. I'm starting to think we might see that in college football too. If you can keep a little bit of your roster together for 2-3 years in a row, that might kind of be the magic bullet in these situations where, you know, like, I don't know if you guys have paid any attention to what Dan Mullen's doing out at UNLV, but that dude is wilding out there, right? Like, he is blowing those guys in Vegas. And I think he's got 42 Power 5 transfers. Like, he turned Las Vegas into Last Chance U, and he's just like, let's do this thing, right? So, like, Illinois is the opposite of that, and I think there's something valuable to it. We're too kind of early on for me to know exactly what that is, but I do think there's a respect for Illinois just because of how they play football. I mean, obviously they came to Lincoln here last year, and that was an incredible game that obviously ended up winning in overtime, but I think there's a healthy respect for Illinois around here. Nationally, I don't know what that vibe is, but I do think, just being honest, I do think people have a hard time thinking Illinois national playoff contender, you know?
Right. Yeah, no, I can feel that. It's always a good day to prove people wrong. You know what I mean? It's always.
Evan kind of hitched his shorts up too when he said that.
Man,
let me belly up to the bar and tell you why.
Yeah, I threw my cigarette on the floor and
Let's
just,
go.
you know. Yeah, no, I think that's all really good. I agree with what you're saying. The middle of the conference, and that's why I'm so intrigued with this year. You know, people look at our schedule and they think, oh, you know, it's easy, it's whatever. But I think because it's so close in the middle of that,
yeah,
there might not be any games on the schedule that I'm thinking, oh, absolute 100% for sure loss, like we've had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also less games on the schedule where I'm like, oh, absolute for sure win, like we've had in the past,
Yeah.
you know? So it's going to be an interesting year, exciting year. Let me put you on the spot here. Do you trust James Franklin?
Ooh, I'm going to say yes. I think he's better than we give him credit for. He's done, like, I think we assume Penn State to be this kind. I think we assume that they recruit at the same level as kind of your Ohio State and Michigans and kind of the old Big Ten. And if you look at it, like, a lot of times they don't. They're sort of in that next level down. And how many times that James Franklin has lost these big games have you actually thought that they were the better team? That's what I kind of like to look at here, right? Because you get that a lot where it's like, oh, his record against, Ohio State, Michigan, and whoever else isn't very good. It's like, okay, but when was he actually expected to win those games, right?
Right.
That's where if you start to get the, hey, chokes in big games, if you're the better team and you lose. Like, Ryan Day has a little bit of chokes against Michigan, right? Ohio State's pretty much always more talented than Michigan in these last 4 losses. Even in the year that Michigan won the national title, I still think Ohio State had more talent, right? So I sit here and I go, I don't know how often that's actually been the case for James Franklin, so I don't know how fair that moniker is. Now, this year, if they're not able to get it done, I actually do think they're on par or close to as talented as, like, an Ohio State. I think they're as talented or maybe a little bit more talented than a Michigan this year, and they've got the experience. They're kind of the souped-up version of what Illinois is in terms of multi-year returning quarterback. They've got a little bit more stability there. They bring in Jim Knowles as a defensive coordinator, which I think is really interesting and probably a little understated.
Yep.
That's a really big pickup for them. So I sit here and I go, okay, is the reputation James Franklin has fair? And for what he inherited, I think we kind of forget. We were actually just talking to Mike Gross, who covers Penn State out there in Pennsylvania, and he kind of reminded me that, like, he actually took over, like, still a pretty rough situation following the NCAA sanctions, because he's been there for 12 years now. And I think we kind of forget that the program he inherited was not in a good spot. And it's taken a while, and he's had moments, and he's had opportunities to break through where he's failed, but there hasn't been that many times where he's actually been better and lost. And so I think we'll actually learn about him this year. That's why I hesitate. But I'll say for now, yes, I believe in James Franklin.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I know why you're a Brett Bielema guy, because I think he's the most accountable coach in the Big Ten. He takes accountability for things that don't go right.
Why are you smirking over there, Evan? Are you?
Because I know Ravi, and I know the coaches he's covered in the past maybe are not the most accountable.
Don't troll our first guest. Don't do that.
So I'll only push back that I think Matt Rule will give him a run for his money on accountability.
We'll see.
That dude will eat it if something goes wrong, and that's one of my favorite things about Matt Rule.
Okay, fine.
But you are right. Like, that is a thing that I very much appreciate in coaches.
Yeah.
I appreciate authenticity, and I appreciate accountability. Be who you are and own it when things don't go right, own it when things do go right. Like, hey, listen, I don't mind anybody beating their chest either. Like, I'm here for it. But if you're going to beat your chest, you got to own it when it doesn't go your way either. And that's if you're going to take credit, you got to take blame. And that's a thing that I think a lot of coaches that have maybe been around my neck of the woods lately haven't done a real good job of, and it drives me a little bit crazy. And I actually do think, though, besides the fact of it just being a my personal preference thing, I actually do think accountable coaches are better coaches, right?
Yeah.
Their modeled behavior leads to accountability amongst their team, and you're going to be a better team if you're an accountable team. I believe that to my core, regardless of what you're playing, but especially in football where you have to trust and rely on each other so much. Accountability is a huge part of being a successful football team. That's why Brett Bielema is a really good football coach. Outside of knowing football, and, like, I love the way his teams play. Like, that is I know he went to Iowa, coached at Wisconsin, coached at Illinois. But, like, he's got a little Nebraska in him in terms of the things we like. And so, like, I've always appreciated that about him. Less so when Melvin Gordon was running jet sweeps down our throat for like 100 times in a row in 2012. But
hey, you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
The appreciation waned a little bit for a little while there, but I appreciate his accountability. I appreciate the style of football he plays, and I think that's what gives Illinois a chance.
Robbie, good stuff, man. We appreciate your time. Real quick, where can people find you on the socials?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm at R.A. Lula. That's RALULLA on all socials. You can find me there, and you can find the show at Hurrdat Sports. That's HURRDAT Sports across all socials as well.
Ravi, appreciate you very much, man. Thank you so much. That is Ravi Lula on the Dick Van Dyke phone line with us. Great stuff. Much appreciated. And make sure you hit him up on the socials. We're up against it. We've got to take a quick break, but we will be back with more. We'll get some reactions to some of the stuff that Ravi said there. There was a lot to digest, a lot of good stuff, Evan. So
good stuff.
Get some reactions from you on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, 217-359-2255. It is The Drive.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. We are open for the season. Your apple donuts are ready, so come out now. We also made improvements like an expanded Land of Oz area with new games, more mazes, and a new shade pavilion. Our gift shop has more to offer than ever before, so come out and see the full selection. Of course, we still have your favorites like peaches, apples, produce, fritters, pies, cider, preserves, and popcorn. There's something here to make everyone smile. Visit CurtisOrchard.com or follow on Facebook.
Friday nights in August, it's Farmer City Raceway with their full show plus kids mods brought to you by Nutrient. Adults are $15, veterans $10, kids 12 and under are free. Hot laps around the quarter-mile dirt track start at 6:30. Head to 850 Grove Street in Farmer City before the final Friday, August 29th, with $5,000 to win for the Mars late models during the Chuck Wagon Food Service Richardson Memorial Modifieds and Pro Late Model Racing. You'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Hey Illini fans, it's Luke Altmaier here, starting quarterback for your Fighting Illini football team.
Get to him, he's going to run right, he's in, touchdown! Touchdown, Illinois! Luke Altmaier, what a throw by Altmaier!
Altmaier's big time. We invite you to be a part of the action this year at Memorial Stadium. After a 10-win season and a Citrus Bowl victory, get your season tickets now for 2025 and make this season unforgettable.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. At Freedom Roofing, they stand for quality, integrity, and the American way. Locally owned and built on trust, they take pride in protecting what matters most, your home. Their expert team delivers top-notch craftsmanship with unbeatable customer service because you deserve nothing less. When storms hit or roofs age, call the name that stands for strength. Freedom Roofing, proudly serving our community because your roof should be as strong as the country we call home. Freedom Roofing, built on trust, powered by integrity. Visit freedomchampaign.com.
Check out the Urbana Market at the Square, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine through October 30th. Get tasty sweet corn, melons, peaches, produce, and squash. There's so many local farmers with vegetables fresh from their gardens. Unique soap vendors with lovely scents, plus flowers and honey. Enjoy Food Truck Row as you fuel up for a great Saturday morning in downtown Urbana. Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine. For more details, visit urbanamarket.org.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Good stuff with Ravi Lula.
Knock, knock.
Just a moment ago.
We're here.
We are here. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. Ravi just checked in with us on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance text line. It was really, really good. Some feedback on our text line, the Max Twin City Recycling text line, courtesy of Matt in Sydney. Now, one of the things that Ravi said was that nationally it does feel like it's kind of difficult for people to wrap their heads around the Illini as a playoff team.
I get it.
Yeah. If you put our past teams in it and at all, you can see why they doubt Illinois. The biggest thing I worry about is this year they will be the hunted, not the hunter. Takes a different mindset.
Yeah. There's a great quote.
Some to that right there.
Great quote Miles Scott had. I think Coach B's been telling him. Said success or expectations or whatever you want to call it is like cologne. Smells great, but it'll kill you if you drink it.
I
love that quote.
It's a good quote.
And that's why I think I'm not so worried about this team being the hunted. I'm more worried about beating my own emotional trepidation when it comes to being an Illinois football fan. Because I'm going to be honest right now, I don't think this team has that. And we're going to get into tomorrow. We're going to get into hot takes.
I can't wait, dude.
We're going to look at the Illinois football schedule. We're going to break it down. We're going to do some betting lines and
what do you
some
want to bet on?
advice.
What do you want to bet on?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm betting on college football this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were challenging me to a bet for a second. That's fine.
Oh.
Maybe we'll have a gentleman's wager tomorrow.
Let's talk after this. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a gentleman's
figure something
wager.
out. But then we got a fun week next week because tomorrow's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to end the first week of this new show.
Yeah.
And then next week, Monday, bam, Jay Lehman comes in
Oh,
studio.
my goodness, that is going to be so much fun.
From 3 to 4. We're going to have him
Mhm.
here breaking down this season, his thoughts on the Illini. And then Thursday, we'd love to have you join us out at Pia's. We're going to be out there, live show, 4 to 6 probably.
That's what it looks like most likely because there is a Cardinals game next Thursday afternoon. So when that wraps up, we should be going live from Pia. So we're looking at 4 to 6. A lot of cool chances for you to win prizes while we're there. A lot of cool swag. And every stop we make at Pia's, we're giving away Illini tickets as well.
That's awesome.
So maybe, just maybe, we might be able to hook
Yeah.
you up with some tickets
Yeah.
to the home opener. You
Hey,
never
we're
know.
also we're giving away Illini tickets now. If you want to text in,
Well,
at
that is
the
true, yeah. I
Max
know.
Twin City Recycling text line,
Yeah.
217-359-2255. Text in Illini, ILL.
INI, sir. You don't have to say sir, but yeah.
You don't. It'd be polite.
It would be polite. That's courtesy of Parlor Donuts and Jets Pizza as well. Shout out to Parlor Donuts and Jets Pizza.
Love it.
And Evan's got their locations on a little peek behind the curtain. We call that the one sheet.
The one sheet?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the one sheet.
You got the one sheet.
Yeah, Parlor Donuts at the Old Farm Shops in Champaign. I'm telling you, if you've not been there yet, you better get there.
So good.
Oh,
dude.
my gosh,
They're
it's good.
so good.
And then Jets Pizza's got a couple locations. They got Neal and Green right next to Campus Town, and then by Round Barn at Springfield and Mattis, Staples. You got to get there. Get some pizza.
Give me that Detroit style, baby.
Oh, man.
It is so good.
It is good.
We can
Best pizza? Ooh, I don't know. We better save this. Hot takes tomorrow when we talk about what
we want to get into pizza tomorrow.
area has the best pizza.
I don't know if we got time to get into pizza this afternoon, but no, this is going to be so much fun next week. I mean, it feels like we have been talking about Illini football for months, and maybe that's because we have here at the Drive. Maybe that's a part of the station as a whole we have.
Yeah,
but
probably.
like to finally be in that home stretch, to finally be able to look at the schedule and go, yeah, we're a little more than a week away from the first game of the season, being like, Jay Lehman Show is back this Monday, just after 3 o'clock right here on the Drive with me and you. dude is a force of nature. As listeners know, he's going to be so much fun, and he is going to
So
break
good.
down
So good.
much more than my little brain could ever imagine when it comes to what's going to happen this year.
Yeah. I'm so excited to nerd out with him and just break down this team and everything. That's going to be great. So, make sure you tuned in, not just tomorrow, but Monday. Come hang with us on Thursday. And then Friday, 6:30 p.m., we got Illinois football, baby.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. I think so, too. Yeah. I think I will.
Anybody got tailgate we can come to?
We can go to lot 31, see what's going on.
I'll just walk around a little bit.
I know a guy. I know a guy. Might be my not uncle, but uncle. I might know a guy.
All right. Okay.
Listeners might know him too.
You'll have to introduce us.
I think I will. Hey, brother, what's going on, man? That's my best uncle impression I can do right now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
No, it's going to be so much fun. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And, man, I really enjoyed that conversation we had with Ravi Lula a little bit ago from Hurrdat Sports. It was really cool to get his perspective, in particular on the Huskies. And I know he said it was a lot of information to tell you. Nobody knows what to really make of the Washington Huskies.
Yeah. I thought that was perfect. I know that we all have that game circled just because I think it's because it's in a stretch of football that is so big and so important. But the games before that are more important. Because you are playing a Duke team on the road.
That's the first one I got circled. That's a test, man.
That's a test.
That's a real test.
And we will that week. So next week, we also, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line, we're going to have someone from Western Illinois call in, and we're going to be able to talk about the Leathernecks football team. And then the week after that, we got someone lined up from Duke. We got their radio guy who's going to call in, and we're going to break down that Illinois-Duke game, how week one went for both teams, and kind of learn more about their squad. But that's the first big game. And then, obviously, Indiana and then Ohio State. My biggest fear about Washington is not so much and USC. I missed USC,
of course,
too.
Yeah.
Washington feels like a big game because it's at the end of that run. And then after that, you have Rutgers, Maryland, Wisconsin, Northwestern, and you'd love to run that table.
That's the goal. That's been the viewpoint for a while.
So that Washington game is very important. But going out to Seattle, it's a tough place to play, whether they're good or not good. It's tough to go out there.
Yeah.
So,
lot to get to as well in the next hour of the drive. In case you missed it, we're going to break down where Gabe Ackus really does belong in the top 25 of ESPN's top 100 college football players. I found this really interesting article courtesy of Sports Illustrated I want to get your feedback on, so we'll do that in the next 25 minutes as well. And also, how much money, Evan Stone, how much money, sir, would you pay to see your favorite team play in a championship game?
It's a great question.
I bet it's not the same amount that they're charging for WrestlePalooza tickets with WWE.
I will never get over that name.
$6,000 on the floor for WrestlePalooza.
WrestlePalooza.
Yeah. Not Bonanza. Not Chutzpah. No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's like some guy in creative was like, what do they call that concert in Chicago? Lollapalooza?
Yeah.
Let's do the same thing. WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, I'm blaming Pat McAfee for that one. So we'll get into that as well in the next hour. Cubs cards talk. All sorts of good stuff. And again, I know we're kind of getting ahead for next week, but pretty excited, man.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious indeed. I can't wait.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
In the meantime, in the fine time, rhyme time, I don't know what you heard about us. But it's been a good one today, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't think we can finish that song.
We could. The dump button doesn't work, as we told Robbie. Got to behave.
Yeah.
Baby. You don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, ILL, baby.
Real quick, I want to address a text just came through from the 317. We need to get Kyle on the phone line ASAP. We're going to get that squared away. I'm spoiling something right now. Kyle Tosk, you know him, you love him. We're going to get him on very, very soon for some Cubs cards talk. Be cool. I promise we got that set up for you soon. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. It is Thursday, right?
Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, it is. Let's go get a drink, Kevin.
All right, let's make it
And then
happen.
we'll talk some more Illini sports next. The Drive.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
I remember the first time I heard my daughter said GD.
You can't say on the air.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
And it wasn't something I said. It wasn't because of me that she said it.
This is like a whole new school of child raising I'm doing. You give the kid options instead of orders.
I don't know where she heard it, but she stepped in a mud puddle and then said it like 10 times in a row. And I tried really hard not to laugh, but it happened. I don't think she remembers that story. I'm not going to remind her of it.
Yeah, my son, when he was about 2, my dad got him a drone for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
What are we doing?
What is wrong with you?
Now, it wasn't one of the giant fancy ones
Still,
with the camera and all this stuff, but it was a drone. And he's trying to teach him how to use it. I'm like, Dad, he's 2.
What is wrong with you?
So they're flying it around the basement, and my 2-year-old, it crashes and it goes, crashes into the wall. And my 2-year-old son just goes, oh.
Oh. But